Hey guys, welcome back to Average Home Theater. This is Nelson, and today we're going to talk about the recent 4K release of Creepshow. Screen Factory just released this month, and I didn't have a hard copy. I had a digital HD copy from iTunes, and while it was okay, it looked good, at least I thought it did. I didn't have a hard copy. So when this was released or announced, I got really excited. So I pre-ordered it and came in. And I mean, it's nothing fancy. I didn't get any um, from Scream Factory. I didn't get the one with the poster and all that good stuff. I just got the regular release. And you get the 4K and the Blu-ray. You don't get a digital copy. It's the basic artwork. I mean, it's nothing fantastic or whatever. It's, normal looking stuff. One thing I did notice is on the back, it doesn't say that there's a Dolby Atmos track, and there is. So when you pop the disc in, if you go to audio, the default is Dolby Atmos. So if you're kind of concerned about that, like I was, don't be. It's on there. It's just for some reason they didn't print it on the back cover. And unfortunately, that's actually the worst part of this release. I was looking forward to that just because I think even if Dolby Atmos doesn't, the movie doesn't have a whole lot of height effects and all of that good stuff, it still sounds better. It just sounds fresher. There's usually, it's a little more dynamic or whatever the case may be. And not in this one. I was very disappointed in the Atmos track. That's the worst part about this release. The Atmos track, you can't hear the dialogue. It's very low. For some reason, whenever they mixed the dialogue way too low, and it actually doesn't sound good at all. The whole track actually sounds compressed. So as I was listening, I kept having to turn it louder and louder, and then the music and the effects would get really loud. But then when it would get back down to the dialogue, I couldn't really hear it. So, man, very, very disappointing. And Scream Factory has done Atmos releases on a lot of their stuff. I mean, the Halloween track was pretty good, but for some reason they missed the mark on this one. The DTS HD 5.1 mix actually sounds really good. So I ended up finishing the movie on 5.1 DTS, and I had the Dolby Surround up mixer on, and it sounded really good. So yeah, when you watch this, don't even bother with the Dolby. I mean, you could listen to it to see what it sounds like, but trust me, it doesn't sound very good. The video quality, it's really, it's nothing, it's not the best I've ever seen, okay? But it is by far the best this movie has looked. Now, I didn't watch it when I was a kid. I watched this movie as an adult, but I've seen it on TV, and my HD copy, which I thought looked pretty good, doesn't look as good as this. This looks way better. The colors and the brightness is toned down. So, a lot of HDR movies, 4K HDR movies, they're not quite as bright, right? They're not as hot. So, and that can be a good and a bad thing. Some movies, they're like too dim and it doesn't look very good. This one has that balance. Like it looks really good. It's not overly bright and all this stuff, but for what type of movie it is and for when it was made, I think it looks really good. They cleaned up a lot of the I don't know what you call it, but you'll see like black, it looks like dirt, and that might be what it is on the film. You see like pops and stuff like that. Well, they got rid of all of that. They cleaned it up really nice, but they didn't take away all of the film grain, so it doesn't look weird. It looks really good. So on the video side, I think it's really, really good. So if I had to rate it out of, I don't know, a 10, it's probably like an 8 on video quality wise. It looks very good. And I was going back and forth. I had my digital copy on, and then I had this on, and I would stop at the same timestamps, and I would just swap over on my receiver from my stream box, which is my Apple TV 4K, to my 4K player, and I'd swap back and forth, and I was like, wow, huge difference. At first I was like, I don't know if this looks any different, but once I started doing a side by side, it is a huge difference. Like I said, that digital copy looks pretty good for what it is. But once you watch this one, you'll definitely realize how much better it is. I didn't pop in the Blu-ray yet, but I'm pretty sure it's a new Blu-ray as well. They probably scanned it and put it on both. But yeah, it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth picking up if you don't have it, or even if you do have it and you want to upgrade. I think it's worth an upgrade. It looks really good and a lot better than the other HD releases. Sound wise, don't look for any type of upgrade. Just use the 5.1 DTS mix, and you'll be satisfied with that. Or if you do like I did and upmixed it with your Dolby Surround upmixer, or what is it, DTS Neuro X, I'm sure that sounds just as good. So yeah, Creepshow. I like it. Do you like it? I hope so. If you like horror movies, I don't see why you shouldn't like this. I mean, especially anthology type movies. Creepshow, Tales from the Crypt, Twilight Zone, and all of those, Tales from the Dark Side, all those types of movies and shows, then you'll like this. I mean, Stephen King is in it. And if you're watching this, you probably know all of this already. But yeah, Creepshow. Watch it if you haven't watched it. And yeah, that'll be about it for this quick little review. Give me a thumbs up. Tell your friends, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys on the next one. Later.